Are you taking Praxis Exam 5017, Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment Test for Elementary Education with the subtopic Mathematics Assessment? If so, then this is the video for you. Hi, my name is Tom, and I am a retired teacher and test prep expert here at study.com, and I'm going to walk you through some of the problems you may see. So let's get started. Problem 1. Eric is a high-achieving fourth grade student. In Eric's class, they have finished learning about long division and have a unit test at the end of the week. Eric has spent the past few days studying and practicing for his test. He has even asked his teacher for additional assignments to practice because he knows this unit test will have a major impact on his grade. Which of the following is the type of assessment that Eric is taking? Is it A, formative assessment, B, objective assessment, C, summative assessment, or D, interim assessment? All right, so let's eliminate some possibilities here. So I'm going to eliminate formative assessment as the answer. So formative assessment would be tests along the way while you're learning a unit to kind of guide the teacher in what type of instruction they should be doing. If the students don't understand a certain topic, that they can go back and go over that again. So formative forms what the students know or the teacher to adjust the lessons. So I'm going to eliminate formative. Objective assessment, again, an objective assessment would be after we learn a certain objective, we're going to test on it. So it wouldn't be a cumulative of an entire unit. It would be maybe certain parts of a unit. So I'm going to eliminate choice B, objective assessment. Choice D, interim assessment, that would be after a certain time interval. So that may be a midterm or a final exam. So this is just covering one unit and not based on time. So I'm going to eliminate choice D. And the correct answer here would be choice C, summative assessment. So it sums up what the student learned for the entire unit. Problem 2. Which of the following is the most important task for a teacher to do when students have math misconceptions? Is it A, determine the math grades of students from last year? B, determine the learning styles of the students? C, identify the topics that students have misconceptions about? Or is it D, plan the lessons that need to be retaught? All right, so when we look for the most important task, I see in choice B, determine the learning style of the students. So that would be how you're going, once you learn the misconception, how you're going to reteach it. So it might not be the most important task. Same thing for choice D, plan the lessons that need to be retaught. Well, we first have to know what the misconceptions are. Choice A says determine the math grades of students from last year. Well, that math grade may be a cumulative of an entire year or a semester. So that might not give you what their math misconceptions are for a certain topic in math. So I'm going to eliminate choice A. So the correct answer here is C, identify the topics that students have misconceptions about. Problem 3. 3 students were taught by a teacher to use base 10 blocks in representing decimals with a whole number. After the lesson, the teacher tested their knowledge and asked them to use the base 10 blocks to represent the number 1.23. Which of the following students was able to follow the concept and application of base 10 blocks to represent 1.23? So let's look at Andy here. Andy is using the square as one whole, and he's using the skinny rectangles to represent 1/10, 0.1, and he's using the small square to represent 1/100, 0.01. So when we look at Andy, Andy would have one whole plus 2/10, which would be 0.2, and then 3/100. So Andy would have the correct answer, 1.23. Now Brian did it a little bit different, but is Brian's wrong? Well, if we look at this here, Brian has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 10 tenths to represent the one whole. So that's perfectly fine. And then has the 2/10 and has the 3/100 just like Andy does. So Brian actually has 1.23 also. Charles has the same setup for the whole number as Brian has 10 tenths, so has one whole. Now, the way Charles did it different was Charles is using the hundredths. So what does Charles have here? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 hundredths, which is going to represent 2 tenths. So this is perfectly fine, and then has the 3 hundredths after that. So actually, all three of these would be perfectly fine. Correct answer would be choice C. Problem 4. Mrs. Carter is creating a mathematics summative assessment for her fourth grade class who have been learning about various multiplication strategies. To determine if students can effectively multiply larger numbers, she wants to include a question that will test their understanding of these strategies. If Mrs. Carter wants to assess her students' ability to multiply two-digit numbers such as 14 times 26, which of the following questions should she incorporate into her summative assessment? All right, so let's look at some of the answers here. Tommy has 14 bags with 26 marbles in each bag. How many marbles does Tommy have in total? So that's a possibility. So let's look at the other answers. Tommy needs to find the sum of 14 and 26, so that would be addition, so that's eliminated. Choice C, Tommy wants to split 14 marbles between two friends. Well, if he's splitting the marbles, he's dividing the marbles, so that's a division problem. Choice D, Tommy has a ribbon that is 14 centimeters long and another that is 26 centimeters long. How long are the ribbons when placed end to end? So that would be getting the sum of the two ribbons added together, so that would be addition. So in this case here, the correct answer is choice A. Tommy has 14 bags with 26 marbles in each bag. How many marbles does Tommy have in total? So that would be multiplication. That concludes our walkthrough of Praxis Test 5017, Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment Tests for Elementary Education, with the subtopic Mathematics Assessment. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.